Okay, so this topic on the types of the pavement. Okay, so in this topic we're going to discuss about the different types of pavement and what are the advantages of this pavement. Okay, so the first broadly classification of pavement, it is the first flexible pavement. That flexible pavement is also called as bituminous pavement or black top pavement. Okay. Some points also we discovered in first topic, that is a classification of road. Okay, so that is flexible pavements and rigid pavements. Okay, so again we are going to discuss in detail about the types of pavements and what is exactly the pavements. Okay. So flexible pavements or bituminous pavements or black top pavements, basically the bituminous road which found in that village road, so that road is called as flexible pavements. Okay, that bituminous pavement or a black top pavement. This was the first type of pavement, that is called as flexible pavement or bituminous pavement. Type 2, that is a rigid pavement or cement concrete pavement with water surface pavement, white surface pavement. Okay, so this rigid pavement, basically the concrete pavement. Okay, so that cement concrete pavement is called as rigid pavement. Okay, so third type is semi-rigid pavement or the composite pavement. So that is combination of both pavement. Okay, so that's called as composite pavement. Okay, and fourth one is interlocking cement concrete block pavement. Okay, so basically these cement concrete blocks are used for the pavement purpose, and that pavement is called as interlocking cement concrete block pavement. Okay, so these are the major four types of pavement. Okay, so the first one is flexible pavement, also called as bituminous pavement. Okay, second one is the rigid pavement, that is nothing but the cement concrete pavement. Third type, that is semi-rigid pavement or composite pavement, that is combination of both pavement or combination of two pavements. Third and fourth one is the interlocking cement concrete block pavement. Okay, so that different types of interlocking blocks that we can use for the pavement purpose. So that is called as interlocking cement concrete block pavement. Okay, so you can see that picture. So that is the flexible pavement, or either you can say black top pavement or bituminous pavement. So where the bitumen are used for the construction of roads. So that pavement is called as flexible pavement or bituminous pavement. Okay. So flexible pavement can be defined as the one consisting of the mixture of asphaltic or bituminous material and the aggregate placed on the bed of the compacted granular material of appropriate quality in layers over a subgrade. Okay. So over a subgrade, we are going to use the bituminous material, aggregate and asphaltic material, and the mixture of that all, which is used for the construction of flexible pavement. Okay. So this pavement is called as flexible pavement, or either you can say the bituminous pavement. So waterborne macadam roads and stabilized soil roads with or without asphaltic toppings are example of the flexible pavements. Okay. So these are the example of flexible pavements. So opposite that, that is the rigid pavement. So basically this cement concrete road are called as the rigid pavement. A rigid pavement constructed with cement concrete depends upon the flexural strength or beam action of the slab for withstanding the field load. Thus, a major contributor to the load bearing capacity is the slab itself. The stresses are not transferred from the grain to the lower layer as in case of the flexible pavement layer. So in picture you can see that is what the cement concrete is used for the pavement purpose, that is called as the rigid pavement. Okay, or cement concrete pavement. The third type, that is semi-rigid pavement. So it is combination of both. So which consists the subgrade with rigid surface and which also consists the bituminous varying course. Okay. So a semi-rigid pavement represents the intermediate stage between the flexible and rigid pavement. Okay. So intermediate stage between the flexible pavement and rigid pavement, that is called as semi-rigid pavement. Okay. And it is the strength both by the load spreading and flexural action. Okay. So in figure you can see that the base, that is subgrade, then it is next layer, that is rigid base course, and top that it is bituminous varying course. So intermediate stage between flexible and rigid pavement, that is called as semi-rigid pavement. So this semi-rigid pavement is nothing but when the bonded materials like the pozzolanic concrete, lean cement concrete or soil cement are used In the base course or sub-base course layers, in the base, okay, the pavement has considerably higher flexure strength than the common flexible pavement layers. These semi-rigid pavements materials generally have low resistance to impact and abrasion and therefore are not used in the surface course. So these are the semi-rigid pavements. Next one is the composite pavement. The pavement consisting of both flexible and one or more semi-rigid pavement layers are called as composite pavement. Okay. So that means the pavement which consists of both pavements layers, that is the one is flexible and also the more semi-rigid pavements. So combination of both pavement, that is called as composite pavement. The composite pavements are generally designed as flexible pavements with some empirical modifications to find the revised thickness required. So based on the properties of semi-rigid material used and the field performance study. So this is what the interlocking cement concrete pavement. Okay, so that is the last type of pavement. So that is interlocking cement concrete pavements. So nowadays you see these different types of interlocking cement concrete pavements are used at different locations. Okay, mostly at you can see at the new construction of buildings. So you can see this type of interlocking cement concrete pavements are mostly used for as per the aesthetic consideration. Okay, so you can see that is the structure of interlocking cement concrete pavement. So this what interlocking cement concrete pavement, it is nothing but which consists of layer of cement concrete pavement blocks of specified strength, size and shape properly laid over well compacted soil subgrade, surface and viscose layers and a layer bedding sand as specified. A gap between the paver block are also filled with a joint filling sand and vibrated as to provide adequate interlocking between the blocks. Okay. So these blocks are fixed with each other by using the okay. So gap between the paver blocks are filled with a joint filling with the sand. Okay, and vibrated so as to provide adequate interlocking between the blocks. So the requirement of a pavement. So first thing is if you want to construct the pavement, it may be the flexible or it may be the rigid. So what are the requirements? So first thing is sufficient thickness to distribute the wheel load resistance to the safe value of a subgrade soil. Second, the structurally strong to withstand all type of stresses imposed on it. So that pavement should be structurally strong to carry all type of stresses. First one is sufficient thickness. Next one is adequate coefficient of friction to prevent skidding of vehicles. Next, smooth surface to provide comfort to road users even at high speed also. It produces less or least noise from the moving vehicles. Next, it should be dust-proof surface so that traffic safety is not impaired by the reducing visibility. Impervious surface, so the subgrade soil is well protected and long design life with low maintenance costs. So these are the different requirement of a pavement. Okay, so first thing is it should be having sufficient thickness to distribute the load on a load and stress over it. It should be structurally strong to carry all stresses. Then adequate coefficient of friction to prevent skidding of vehicle. Smooth surface to provide comfort to the road users with a high speed. Produce least noise from the moving vehicles. Dust-proof surface should be provided. Impervious surface and long design life with low maintenance cost. So these are the different requirement of the pavements. Okay, so now what is the comparison between flexible and rigid pavements? Okay, so if you see the comparison between two pavements, that is flexible pavement and rigid pavement, that is bituminous pavement and cement concrete pavement. So the flexible pavement, it is the first thing is having a low flexural strength. The rigid pavement having more flexural strength. Okay. Second thing, load is transferred by grain to grain contact, and here in rigid pavement, no such phenomenon of grain to grain load transfer exists. Surfacing cannot be laid directly on the subgrade, but a subbase is needed. And in rigid pavement, surfacing can be directly laid on the subgrade. In flexible pavement, no thermal traces are induced. In rigid pavement, thermal traces are induced. In flexible pavement, expansion joints are not needed. In the rigid pavement, expansion joints are needed. If consider the design life for flexible pavement, it is 10 to 15 years. Rigid pavement, the design life is 20 to 30 years. That is more design life. Initial cost, if you consider the initial cost of construction is low in case of flexible pavement, and if you are considering the initial cost of construction for rigid pavement is high, so the maintenance cost is high in case of flexible pavement and less maintenance cost in rigid pavement. Okay. Next, road can be used for traffic within 24 hours if it is flexible pavement, and if you are going to construct the rigid pavement, it requires the 40 days, 14 days of curing. So these are the some difference between the flexible and rigid pavement. Okay, so the first, low flexure strength of flexible pavement, more flexure strength in rigid pavement. Okay, again, no thermal stresses are induced in flexible pavement. Here the thermal stresses are induced in rigid pavement. Design life is 10 to 15 years for flexible pavement. Design life is 20 to 30 years for rigid pavement. Initial cost of construction is less in case of flexible pavement, but the maintenance cost is high. If you consider rigid pavement, the initial cost of construction is high, but less maintenance cost. And the last one is the road can be used for traffic within 24 hours if it is flexible pavement, and if it is rigid pavement, that cannot be used until the 14 days curing is required. So these are the different types of pavement, that is the flexible pavement, the rigid pavement, and composite pavement and semi-rigid pavement.